How we doing this evening?
Good, good. How you doing, Darvin?
Good.
Well, I have spot on January 1st. Like, what is there a protocol? Is there a plan in place if something like this were happening? He said, yeah. So what was the timeline for you and you guys in terms of realizing, okay, you're going to be in this chair tonight?
Well, it was yesterday, as a matter of fact, yesterday evening. We came in, got in the gym, had some individual workouts, and had a coaches meeting. After the meeting, we were finished with our workouts and bumped into him in the locker room. Excuse me, and he shared shared with me what the world now knows. So, but I felt bad for him. But I was deeply encouraged that he wasn't feeling or suffering from any symptoms, and so it's just a matter of time. And he's in a good place right now. He has a couple of more tests to do, but there's definitely a big light at the end of that tunnel.
Is this the first time you'll be interim or acting?
No,
Okay.
it's my second time being with Bud. Second time total. It was one incident in Atlanta where he had bumped into an official, and I thought it was a little aggressive, but they suspended him for one game, and I had to coach again. That's when Nate McMillan was coaching the Indiana Pacers, and I ended up losing by 1 point. Shot at the buzzer, which hurt.
Well, Bud was up here and he said, he's like, look, just like for players, these situations, and he was sort of, I think, referencing like the dozen head coaches that have been out. Like, it's a growth opportunity for coaches. And I know some of the assistants have been out at times. Do you view it that way? And what can maybe you get out of a single game like this?
I mean, my job, the way I see it, is just basically, to keep the bus moving forward in the right direction. You don't have to come up with a new map. The GPS address has already been put in, championship. So, these are some unfortunate times, unfortunate circumstances, but, I'm not looking to make a big splash and prove to the world that I can really coach. I know that already. I'm very comfortable in my role here. If something like that should come along down the road, great, I'll welcome it with open arms. But as of right now, I'm just trying to make sure we stay organized. We compete like we've always done, and we fall back on our principles. We got a lot of different guys out of the lineup, as well as coaches. So when you're facing adversity like this and some tough circumstances, the best thing to do is to fall back on your principles.
So how'd you sleep last night?
I slept great, actually. I've been around this league since 1996, man, and this is my 11th year as an assistant coach in the NBA. I was a head coach in the D League back when it was called the D League, in New Mexico, head coach and GM, actually. But I don't get nervous. I may get a little anxious, but I don't get nervous. It's basketball. We have a tight-knit group. I thank God. It'd be nice to have Giannis, but he's dealing with his own little issues, and we hope he gets better as well. But having Chris and Jrue, Wes Matthews, Bobby, we have a lot of strong leadership in that locker room across the board. So they're going to help me as much as I'm going to try to help them this evening.
I think Thanasis, Jordan, and Shemi were all questionable in the health and safety protocols. Are they going to be able to play for you tonight?
Yeah, they're available. They're definitely available. Yeah.
And then you've been the one working closest with DeMarcus since he's gotten here. He hasn't shot the ball particularly well from the three-point line. Kind of what do you see for him as a shooter as he gets used to your system and kind of grows?
Well, with DeMarcus, he's a guy with a high basketball IQ. Even though he hadn't shot the ball well, as you mentioned, he's done a lot of terrific things for us. He's come in. He's been very solid for us, been big for us in a few games, especially on the road. So just for him to keep, growing, get to learn in our system, and putting his best foot forward. But I think he's been solid, and he's done everything, tried to do everything we've asked of him.
I asked Jrue about his reverse layup that he had in the third quarter the other day, and I was like, how in the world did you pull that one off? And he was like, I don't know. I'm just wondering what you're seeing from him lately and how he's impacted the game.
I think you're just seeing a comfort level with Jrue now. His first year, last year, it was kind of touch and feel as you go, trying to, become accustomed to how to play with Giannis and Chris and just blend in with all of the guys in general. But this year, I think coming off championship as well as a gold medal and the big role he played for the Olympic team, I think his confidence, he's already a very confident player. His confidence at an all-time high right now. And Bud has encouraged him, to be aggressive. We trust him. We trust his decision-making. He's another high IQ player, and he makes the right play more times than not. And he's able to make something out of nothing, when the clock is dwindling down and we've tried to execute and it's falling apart a little bit. You can trust that he'll come up with something positive with the ball in his hands. And defensively, he's in my opinion, pound for pound, the best perimeter defender in the league, bar none. And it speaks for itself. He takes every matchup from 1 to 5. He'll guard a 5-man as well. So we're very happy with the way he's playing, and hopefully he's able to sustain it.
And then tonight for you, how has your routine been just a little bit different?
It's the same. I just, it's come in, do my pregame workout with my guys, and just get ready to yell and scream and point while I'm standing up instead of sitting down.
Just this season overall, coming off a championship, and I feel like every time y'all get going, more guys come out, guys in and out of the lineup. Just kind of what's it been like navigating those challenges for you as a coach and as a coaching staff? I
think the most beautiful thing about our organization, from ownership on down to the equipment manager and everybody in between, just the level of communication and the level of planning. Obviously, these are circumstances that not only the NBA is dealing with, but society as a whole. Injuries, they go along with the game as in every other major sport. But just having a plan, having guys ready, we take pride in our player development, be it you're a rookie or a 12-year veteran. We constantly work on these guys' game individually. We constantly watch film, so everyone has a good grasp of what they're supposed to be doing when they're on the floor, no matter who they're on the floor with. And we take pride in that. And, it shows. And most times when we've lost guys, albeit injury or health and safety protocols, guys have stepped in and stepped up. And so and we're getting everybody's best shot every night, being the reigning champ. So it's par for the course. We don't hold our heads. We don't feel sorry for ourselves, and we don't expect anybody to sympathize with us. There's never sympathy for winners. And so we just go about our business. And again, we get together as our staff, John Horst and his crew, Bud and us, the coaching staff. We sit down, we formulate, and then try to activate.
Darvin, I know you guys are going on a 3-game road trip from here. Are you anticipating coaching all 3 of those games as well?
Well, I'm definitely ready if I should need to be called upon. And I miss having my guy around. I'm not just saying that. Bud and I have been together now for almost a decade, and it's been a joy to coach with him, work with him, and I learn something new from him almost every day. So hopefully that works itself out in our favor. But if not, yeah, definitely ready to step up and man the steering wheel while he's on his way back.
And going back to that other time that you stepped in as head coach, what do you remember about that experience, and is this a growth opportunity for you?
Most certainly. What I do remember is Glenn Robinson III, whose father I played with here for 3 years and 1 year in Atlanta, hit the game-winning shot on me. And I don't do social media, but I told him after the game, his father, Big Dog, and little Glenn and myself, we're sitting there talking after the game, and I said, dude, if I was on Twitter or whatever it is, I would unfollow you like right now. You're not supposed to do that to your uncle, man. But I've known him since he was a little kid, and it was so ironic. And Dog was at the game. It was in Atlanta, and it was so ironic for him. And that's when the Indiana Pacers, they had Paul George. We had basically, he was the 5th option of everybody that was on the floor at the end of the game, and the 5th option made the play. And that's why the NBA is fantastic. A lot of these guys that don't get an opportunity when the ball does come their way and they step up. It's great if you're on their team, but if you're the opposing coach or player, it sucks.